What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Tandem Elite. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We appreciate you. Today's video, we are talking all about Hyper Scape weapons, what they can do, how you're going to want to use them in game, and go through some of the different fusions that happen, and go over a bunch of stuff. Now, what I want to know is in the comments below, type in what your favorite weapon combo is. Do you like the shotgun and the harpy? Do you like the skybreaker and a ripper? What do you guys use when you're in game? Let's go to the video. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and be talking about all the different weapons in Hyper Scape. We have the short range, the medium range, the explosive, and the long range. I'm not going to focus on damage so much today because there's already been several changes to the damages of each weapon. And so in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just showcase what the weapons are, what they can do, and some of the best scenarios for them. So let's go ahead and first let's take a look at the Mammoth. I'm going to fully fuse this. Each time that you collect a weapon, you can go ahead and upgrade its magazine or its damage. It tells you with the fuse. There's 4 fuses. It starts off at the base level, so you would need to have find 5 different ones to get a max. You can also find max weapons in crates as well as high areas, so like Helios, the line, stuff like that. It all pops up. Now with the shotgun, it's simply set up so that it's just such a powerful weapon to have. It's a great weapon to have, and it's a great thing to combo with like invisibility or armor, and have something set up like that. Now, the Riot is another one. Now I'm gonna fully fuse this one as well. Now the Riot itself is a great weapon if you can hit your shots. If you can't hit your shots, then a 6-shooter probably isn't for you. But you can see it does a hell of a lot of damage when you're looking at just a couple of shots. And then for the other pistol we have is the D-Tap. Now this is going to be good for 2 different scenarios. One, if your aim just isn't where it's supposed to be right now, it actually has a built-in aimbot feature, which is kind of cool. The only problem is I can't retarget to another opponent. Magazine size upgrades on this one. Every fuse you get, max level will also max the damage. As well. Instead of it being 5 per hit, it becomes 6. Once again, don't focus too much on the damage side of it because there's been so many changes when it comes to the damage right off the bat that this could literally change in an hour from now. I just don't want you to get focused on that side. Now, it does take a lot of hits to kill somebody, but reasons why you're going to want this weapon. So let's say you comboed it with a shotgun. I just did 51 damage, and now I'm able to quickly move around, and all I have to do is keep them in that box. I'm keeping them in the box. This is good for enemies that are running away, stuff like that. Now if we move over to the SMGs and the assault rifles, let's start off with the one that's probably most people are going to get the feel of right away. This very much feels like an AR in Call of Duty, or this feels like 301 or a Flatline in Apex. So you'll have easy sets. If you notice, the hit marker is actually pretty good. So I'm not ADSing right now. And that's one of these things that one of the things that this game does is it's designed for those in mind with hit marker, for those in mind with the hit boxes and just doing hip fire. Now it's not great like for farther away targets, but if we go ahead and focus in, it's a laser. So you do have, if you have the up close enemies, you're going to want to just keep it on an ADS without ADSing, and then for the longer range, you've got a laser right on your hands. Next one is probably one of my most favorite weapons, the Harpy. This is an SMG. It does massive amounts of damage and really, really fast. It's really fast to kill enemies. Just like the Ripper, its ADS is a laser, but its hit marker, although it's not great, still a pretty good weapon. When you're really up close in real tight situations, this thing is a monster. And then you have a very commonly picked up weapon here in the Hexfire. The Hexfire is a good weapon. It's not great. It only does about like 3 or 4 damage depending on what level you're at. And that has been changed a couple times, so it might change again. It takes a lot to kill somebody. And once again, same thing with this. The hipfire is not great on this, but it's better up close. But if you need to zoom in, it's a laser, and you're just popping people off. And the same thing is from far away. Now, the hip fire from far away, not great. But it's good to lay down suppressive fire for your teammates. It's good to back people off. And like I said, you get it on close on them, and you have this set up. This weapon is good when you're running a team. If you're running solos, I personally do not run this. Although it does have a lot of ammo, it does have a lot of time for you to be able to take shots. So that's good, but it's not something that I'm going to manage in a solo match. I'll barely pick it up in a squads match, usually when there's no other choice, right? But it's still a good weapon to have if you have a squad. And another weapon that is if you need help with your aim and everything else. Before you get to that point of getting better, then this would be a good weapon for you because you can miss a lot of shots and still hit a lot. The next one we're going to look at is the explosive weapons. Now, there's 3 different types of the explosive weapons. You have the Komodo, which is kind of like a rocket launcher. It's more of a plasma weapon, like a plasma rifle. It does decent damage in even its base form. Does good radius damage. The next one is a salvo. The salvo has this like bouncing grenade launcher kind of thing. The grenades actually launch. So if you're in a building, this is going to be the weapon you're going to want to use for that type of scenario. You're going to want to have this in inside fights. And then the next one is the Skybreaker. The Skybreaker is what you see with all the memes of people jumping up real quick. In fact, I'll get a teleport and I'll show you what I'm talking about. We're not going to go over all the hacks in this video. We'll go ahead and hit the hacks up in another video in the next video. So let's go ahead and first take this up. Go ahead and launch, fire it on, and then you can just pop that off. It's a really cool idea. It's a really cool weapon. Used to do a whole lot more damage than it does now, and because it doesn't do as much damage, but it does a lot of radius damage, so you're gonna hit if you have a whole squad on there, you're probably gonna hit that whole squad. So that's pretty much where that is. Let's go over to the Komodo. Once again, all these weapons, 5. It's gonna take you 5 to pop them out. Now this is good because it's good on explosive damage. It does good damage in general, but it fires quick, and the reload isn't that long either. But you can just launch a whole bunch of rounds right at people. And same thing as before when we're talking about where you're just coming from the sky. It's just a good explosive weapon to have. Take a look at the salvo. Now, as I mentioned before, the rounds actually bounce off, and when they get near you, let's see. when they get near your target, it explodes. It doesn't have to hit them directly, but it just needs to get close. It explodes on impact like that. Now, this is great for indoor matches. I'll see if I can get a little bit of gameplay with it, but it's great because you don't have to be perfect with your aim. You have the ability of bouncing it off and doing a lot of quick damage on people. It's a good weapon to have. I generally stick with a harpy and a shotgun. Like, if I can get a fully fused harpy and I can get a fully fused shotgun, it works better with the abilities that I run. But we'll talk more about the abilities in just a little bit in the next video. Last but not least is the protocol. The protocol is a badass weapon. You're talking with a fully fused protocol, you're looking at one-shot kills with a headshot. It's very easy to control. And it zooms in, and unlike in COD, it's not going to give you away with a glint. It only has a 3-round magazine, but the damage that it does is unbelievable. These are the weapons that you see people sniping out of the sky for, and everything along those lines. And if you notice, when you are on your target, it lights up. So these are the weapons of Hyper Scape, guys. Once again, don't focus too much on the damage that was being done today. I'm guarantee you there's going to be more changes. But understand how they work, where they're going to be used. If you have any questions, make sure you put them down in the comments down below. And as always, make sure you like and subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next one. Have a good one, guys.